Well, good evening and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Tonight, it's the Cabrillo Conquistadors versus the Santa Ynez Pirates. This is Greg Ratcliffe broadcasting live from Santa Ynez High School to radios all across the Lompoc Valley and devices all around the world, as the 1-6 Conqs are set to take on the 6-0 Pirates. The Conqs take the field tonight after picking up their first win 2 weeks ago, a 47-42 victory over Morro Bay, but then losing 77-10 to St. Joe last week. On the other side of the field, the undefeated Pirates picked up their latest win last week, knocking off those same Pirates from Morro Bay by a score of 54-0. So tonight, Santa Ynez looks for another win to keep their league championship hopes alive, while Cabrillo tries to sink the Pirates with the upset win. I had the chance to speak with Cabrillo head coach A.J. Pateras earlier this week. We talked about getting that first win and what we should expect to see tonight. Let's listen to what the coach had to say.
Well, I'm here with Coach A.J. Pateras. And Coach, it's been a couple of weeks since our last meeting. During that time, you picked up your first victory of the year. You defeated the Morro Bay Pirates 47-42. First, congratulations. I bet that felt really good.
Oh, definitely. It's I appreciate the thanks, but it's our boys continuing to work hard. It's been a long season for these kids. We started back in March lifting, and so to see the success come about from their hard work is a good stepping stone for our future, especially with how young we are.
Well, that was by far your highest offensive output of the season. Jackson Anderson was responsible for most of that. He had quite a performance that night. Yeah,
Jackson's really kind of set the tone for offense. Everybody around him has really elevated their game. Our package, when we started creating the offensive package, or the mindset that I had for it, I was looking at the pieces we had here in place already, and I thought we had some wide receivers. I thought we had, maybe two guys that could play quarterback, and then we had a running back or two that could step in. And Jackson's been, I think when we looked at everything the other day, about 1,400 yards of total offense. Responsible for that, we've had receivers. We've been throwing the ball to 6 or 7 different receivers each week. Ben Dixon's been over 100 yards receiving the last few weeks. Tito Miza's starting to get more carries. He had 28 carries in that Morro Bay game. Jackson had 32. Jackson was at 230 yards. Tito was at 189. So we're starting to see the consistency of a simple package that is explosive and dynamic. And it really, it's when we talk as a coaching staff, we talk about what we're doing. And if I was a kid playing in our offense, I'd be really excited because any person can get the ball. And that's kind of the way the offense is designed. And so when you've got someone who's selfless and is looking to make others better, and then by doing that, he stands out because of his abilities. You're starting to see what the potential is for this group of kids.
Well, two other guys that I was impressed with that night were Ben Dixon, you mentioned, and Jordan Green. Those kids can catch the ball, and Green's got some hops too. He can get up there and go get it.
Jordan's a young football player. He's a junior, multi-sport athlete. And we're just touching the surface with his ability. And it's more his confidence. He made a couple catches last week against St. Joe's. He made some plays. And each week he's been getting more improved. He talked about his first game kind of having some nerves and being a little hesitant. But, as you play through that and you grow up a little bit on the field, you start to have some confidence. And that's, we may not have the success and wins, but we're starting to have success individually. And when they collectively put that together and play as a team for 4 quarters, we've shown, at least offensively, how dangerous we can be. And we've shown at times how good we can defensively. So it's just putting it all together.
Yeah, well, that week you surrendered some points, but you were able to do enough defensively to get the win.
We got to stop giving up one-play drives. And I think that's where we're kind of killing ourselves is, we have a good stance Friday night. We'll go to St. Joe's. We had a good stance down on the goal line. 3 big stops on the run, and then the 4th play, if a guy does his job, we get off the field. And I think that's kind of been, just mental letdowns. And I think you go back to that young team lacks experience, lacks situational awareness, and you try to put those situations in practice, but you can only simulate so much. But as you start to get kids accountable to their job, that's kind of been a big thing this week is do your job. Don't worry about anybody else, just do your job. And know that your teammate's going to do his job. And if we do that, and that's pretty much the motto of defense, run to the ball, tackle, and do your job. If you can do those 3 things, usually you're pretty good defense. And we're not doing that consistently enough to keep ourselves in the game.
Well, you did mention you lost a tough one to St. Joe last week. How do you rebound from that and get ready for a tough Santa Ynez team?
You just close the door to that game and you move on. We didn't watch film on that game other than do stats and kind of just evaluate. There was no reason to relive it for the kids. I mean, they were there, they know. For us, it's moving on. We're for our younger kids. We played 2 sophomores at linebacker last week, Jameson Brodeur and Patrick Durham, and those guys have 2 more football seasons with us. Yeah. So you keep building each week for your next season and for this year. Get better now and build to next year. And our seniors, we're talking to them of what is your legacy. Are you going to leave this place better than when you got here? And if that's their mindset going into these next 3 games, we're going to finish strong. And I expect us to finish strong. But we just close that door and move on and continue to work on the little things and practice. Just practice hard and work hard. That's kind of the motto we have.
Well, the Pirates are undefeated, 6-0, and they've got a league championship in their sights probably. What can you do to slow these guys down?
Well, defensively, we got to do our job. They've got 2 explosive wide receivers, both much taller than most of our defensive backs. So we're going to have to be very disciplined and diligent to our game plan and using good technique to be in positions to make plays. And then offensively, we've got to control the ball. We've got to keep the ball in our hands and not make mistakes, not turn the ball over. And that's one thing we haven't done a very good job of is we have pretty good drives and then we have a couple letdowns blocking or we throw the ball away or we fumble the ball. So we've got to clean it up on offense in terms of ball security. But Josh puts a good club together. They work hard. We've seen them in the summer with throwing the ball with them 7-on-7, and I think they're motivated based on their last few years of not making the playoffs and having a good record. So we know it's going to be a big game for us. It's another rivalry for us. I mean, we're going with San Ynez to the Channel League next year, just like Lompoc is. So we treat this as a very big game for us, and we talk to our kids each week about going 1-0. And so the challenge this week is just be as good as we possibly can be, do our job, and have some fun doing it.
That sounds like a good plan. How about the injury report?
Well, this time of the year, you're starting to see the injury bug. We've got a few guys down, a few guys that have been out. Bryce Kinchy's out. He had an injury with the knee. A couple concussions. But I think that, our numbers with concussions have actually been pretty low this year, which is part of kind of the philosophy of change in tackling teaching. Right. But really, we're pretty healthy for the most part. No real significant injuries to alter our game plan, which is good. We've got 35 guys right now on the roster, and so any injury really puts the next guy up. So right. We've been fortunate to not have anything major, but we did. Casey Munns comes back this week, one of our young sophomore linemen who we're really excited about him. So we'll be okay Friday night health wise.
All righty. Well, Coach, thank you for your time and good luck against the Pirates.
Appreciate it. Thank you for coming.
Well, back live now at San Ynez High School. I'm joined as always by the Statmeister himself, Mike Loney.
And we're back just in time for the national anthem.
We are. We're going to have an anthem here real quick, so join us as we join the San Ynez High School Marching Band for our national anthem.
With sadness, we remember Carl Rio's passing a year ago tonight. Carl was a huge part of the heart and soul of the Pirates program. Tonight, Brenda Torrey, the wife of Superintendent Scott Torrey, will be singing our national anthem. to the light, and I died through the perilous fight. For the rampart free words of gallantry, and the rocket's breath there, bursting in air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, sing that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow. Well, that was not the St. Ynez marching band, but I tell you what, it was a wonderful rendition of the anthem.
Yes, it was, and completely a cappella. That takes some intestinal fortitude.
Very, very nicely done, young lady. Thank you for sharing that with us. Back to football, Mike. It's 1-6 versus 6-0. All the numbers lean heavily towards the Pirates tonight, but Coach Pateras feels his team is making good progress in spite of the win-loss record, as you heard in the interview. What does Cabrillo have to do to be competitive tonight?
Well, first of all, they have to not hurt themselves. And second of all, they have to play good, solid football. And if they can do that, they have a shot.
Well, the coin toss took place just a few moments ago, and the Pirates are going to be receiving the opening kickoff from the Conquistadors to start things tonight.
Cabrillo won and deferred. One thing that would certainly help Cabrillo is if Mr. Anderson and company can have a good game throwing the ball. They have one game where they have a QB rating over 100, and they were 134.6 against Morro Bay, and guess what happened that week, Greg?
That was their win.
That was their win.
Kickoff is in the air. This ball game is underway. Field at the 10-yard line on the far side of the field, cutting all the way back here to the near side, looking for some help. Picks up one block, but finally gets wrapped up at about the 25-yard line for a return of about 15 yards.
One block and two tacklers. That doesn't work too well.
Yep. They'll put it at the 26-yard line. First down, Pirates from there at this beautiful St. Ynez Valley High School Stadium. Artificial turf, artificial track.
Real game.
Real game indeed. The Pirates in their home orange. First play is a running sweep over to the left.
Pickup of about 4.
Out to the 30-yard line.
Kind of hard to see those St. Ynez numbers, Greg.
The numbers are going to be a little difficult. You're right, Mike. We'll do the best we can. We also have stadium lights glaring right in our face tonight. So.
Yeah. Pickup of about 4. St. Ynez hasn't really had great running numbers so far this season. They've done most of their damage via the pass. Run again.
Straight up the middle, a big gap all the way up to the 45-yard line.
I think that was number 28.
I think you might be right.
That would be
Jacob Moran.
Jacob Moran.
First down, Pirates at the 45.
And we're down to 11 minutes here.
Just underway here at St. Ynez High School. No score. The Pirates with their first possession of the evening. So far, so good for St. Ynez. First down at the 45. One man in motion from the shotgun. Deep back will get it.
Cabrillo in their stand at 4-3 and loss of about 4.
Nice defensive pursuit by the Conqs that time for a negative play. Giving forward progress to the 43. It's only lost a couple, but it'll be second down and 12 from there.
And Sandy Ynez has been coming out with 3 wide and then shifting one of the backs over into a slot position.
Ooh, snap over the head of the quarterback. Finally gets a hold of it. Now scrambling for his life, rolling right, under pressure. Going to get run out of bounds all the way back at the 23-yard line. Huge loss on the bad snap.
And he did a good job to get to the ball, but he should have thrown that thing away. And he had a couple guys that he could have thrown at. And not giving up the big lost yardage. That's about back to the 24.
That's almost a 20-yard loss on that snap. And I think you're right, Mike. He had an opportunity to dump that off and just to save the yardage. But as it is, it's third down and 10, 20, 30 or so. 3 receiver set, high snap, picked it up though. Throwing deep down the near sideline. This one's overthrown and incomplete.
Tried to get that to number 22.
That's Travis Breland on the receiving end of that one. And after the big loss on second down, the Pirates will have to punt.
Very good result for Cabrillo so far. I believe that's Ben Dixon back at around his own 44.
That is correct. Dixon will get out of the way, and this one will roll dead at about the Conquistador 42-yard line. So Cabrillo will have their first chance on offense tonight. After doing their job defensively, they'll take over first and 10 at their own 42 with 9:38 left here in the first quarter. We are scoreless from Pirate Field here at St. Ynez. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on 100.9 KPEG, your home for local sports.
And the greatest rock and roll on the planet.
That too. I want to thank our sponsors tonight. Thank you much to Tom's Restaurant, home of the educated burger. Thank you, Tom's, Kim, all the gang over there at Tom's for your support of high school football and local community radio. Tom's Restaurant.
Jordan Green is wide left.
One man in motion, and some, speaking of motion, we had some motion on the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped.
One man in motion, and then there were 3, and that's a couple more than you're allowed.
I think so. Waiting for the official signal, and this will be a false start against the Conquistadors. That'll back them up 5, put the ball at the 37-yard line, and we'll try this again. First and 15 for the Conqs. 3 receiver set, 2 here to the short side, 1 way up top.
Mason Towns in motion. And then a quick throw on a slant to the lone receiver left over on the right side, and that was, of course, Ben Dixon.
And could not quite get a grasp on that one. Call it incomplete. Had it for a second, but not quite. Incomplete pass brings up second and 15. 3 receivers to the right this time. Running play right up the middle. Goes for maybe a yard.
Was that Misa? Yeah, that was Misa.
I believe so.
Water on the stop.
Third down, 14 for the Conqs. Trips right. 1 here to the near side from the shotgun.
That's Green here on the near side.
Plants his feet, throws right, complete.
Ooh.
Hit hard at the 48 and driven back. Ooh. Nice form tackle over there on the far sideline. And that will stop the Conquistadors short of a first down by about 4 yards. It'll be 4th down and 4 at the Cabrillo 48. And Cabrillo lining up to go for it, Mike.
Yeah, well, 8.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. They have to take advantage of opportunities when they get it.
Anderson on the keeper.
Picked up one.
He'll come up well short of the first down. And the Conquistadors will turn it over on downs. The Pirates will take over 1st and 10 at the Cabrillo 48-yard line.
8:55.
No score from San Ynez High School. The Pirates will have their second offensive possession of the night. Just under 8.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Two receivers up top, one to the near side. Draw play up the middle. Nice run. Inside the 45 to about the 42.
Good job of picking his way through the bowling field.
Wasn't a lot of room there on that play. Just kind of, as you said, Mike, found a little maneuvering room and got a nice gain for about 6.
Mm-hmm. Tiptoeing through the tulips.
2nd down and 4 from the Cabrillo 42. Two receivers to either side. 3-step drop. Throw is complete. But tackled after a short gain of about 3.
Mm-hmm.
It was Jasper Cadleck on the receiving end.
Yeah, I think he had the first down when he caught it, but he gave ground trying to pick up some more and gave up the first down.
And he will end up a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the Cabrillo 39.
Quarterback for the Pirates, Dustin Grigg. And we have an early score, Paso up 7-0 on St. Louis.
3rd and 1 for the Pirates. One receiver to either side. Quarterback keeper after the fake handoff finds a nice gap on the left side off the left tackle and gets inside the 30 to about the 28.
The old fake and follow.
Worked well that time. You gotta like a kid named Greg.
Well, you don't have to.
Yo ho, yo ho! It is Pirate Country we are in.
Yeah.
1st down, San Ynez from the Cabrillo 28. Back to pass, throwing down the middle, got a man wide open at the 10. Catches, turns,
nice
trying to get to the end zone. Touchdown, San Ynez.
He's over shaking hands with the homecoming point.
Well done. We've got a flag down back here at the 15, however, though, Mike. Let's see what this is about. Also have a bend directly to our right.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably hear that. Let's see what this penalty is about. Is this touchdown going to stand? I think it is.
Well, they're lining up for the extra point, so it may be assessed on the kickoff.
Still waiting for an official. They're discussing it over here at the 10.
Yeah,
dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike. Against who, sir? He's not going to tell us. Okay, well, we'll see what happens on the kickoff, I guess. That'll tell us. But the touchdown will stand. It's 6-0 Pirates with the point after coming up. High snap brought down, however, and the kick is away and good. So with 6:26 left here in the first quarter, the Pirates score first. It's San Ynez 7, Cabrillo 0. And you were listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here at 100.9 FM, your home for local sports. And as Mike likes to remind you,
the greatest rock and roll on the planet.
You tell him, Mike. You tell him that. I'll tell him about Wilkerson Chiropractic, one of our sponsors tonight. Thank you so much to Dr. Mark Wilkerson and all his staff over at the chiropractic office for their support.
And it looks like they're going to march San Ynez backwards for this kickoff.
Which would indicate that the unsportsmanlike was against the Pirates, and it could very well be the little celebration that we had afterwards. The receiver who scored the touchdown went over, sat down in one of the homecoming court chairs, and kind of It could have been considered taunting or excessive celebration or whatever. Even the NFL gets away with that these days, but maybe not here.
Yeah, looks like.
So as I was saying, Wilkerson Chiropractic, thank you much for your support of local sports and local community-based radio. Wilkerson Chiropractic. They will move the ball all the way back to the Pirate 25-yard line, and they will kick it off from there.
The Cabrillo deep returners are back at their own 25. Couple little in front of that.
I would hazard to guess this will not be a touchback.
Mason Towns at the 18, and he's got a pretty good wedge in front of him.
Well, he does. But the wedge can only get him out to the 35 before he's wrapped up by orange jerseys. Decent field position for the Conqs to start, however. First and 10 at their own 35. 6:18 left here in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Pirates.
And Cabrillo needs to burn some clock, get some yards, and put some points on the board.
Cabrillo in their traveling unis tonight, white jerseys and gold pants, black helmets.
Scotts Valley leads Napomo 6-0, and Paso and San Luis are tied at 7.
Running play by the Conquistadors goes nowhere fast. Matter of fact, they lost a yard to the 34, I believe. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Green out here on the left side all by lonesome. Dixon on the far side with a man inside of him in the slot. Ooh.
Another running play. That's Misa tackled in the backfield for another loss. Pirates back in the backfield very quickly for that one.
Yeah, he got hit almost immediately.
Misa had no chance on that one. He just got tackled as soon as he got the handoff. Loss of another 2. Makes it 3rd and 13. Ball back at the 32, excuse me.
Double wide again. Ooh.
High snap. Anderson manages to get a finger on it. Now rolling to his left.
Go!
Throws it in and out of the hands, incomplete.
Good job by the defender breaking up that pass. It was right on target to Green, but
the defender was right there as well to knock it out. Yep. Good play by Anderson to actually corral that snap, for one thing, then to get away from the pressure.
And to put it on target.
And to put the ball where it's supposed to be. Yep. But all for naught. It's 4th and 13, and Cabrillo will punt this one away. One man deep for the Pirates, back at his own 35. Nice kick.
That was 26.
Picked up on the bounce at about the 26-yard line, and returned to about the 44 with a flag down at the 40.
Yeah, your favorite. There was a hanky.
So return of about 18 yards, I think. We'll check the flag.
It was one of the better punts we've seen from Nico Glass over the course of the season.
It's going to be an illegal block in the back against the Pirates on the return. That'll back them up to the 29-yard line. And that's where San Ynez will take over 1st and 10 with 4:54 left here in the first quarter. Pirates with a 7-0 lead. One other game in the Los Padres League tonight, Mike, but that should be an interesting one.
Should be, but we've seen some wonky results happen.
It's Pioneer Valley and St. Joe playing tonight. Passing on 1st down. And complete down out of bounds inside the 40.
Was that Cadwick again?
Yes, he was. Jasper Cadwick, number 88. Caught that one while backpedaling on the sideline. Why do I hear that and feel like I need to see Captain Jack Sparrow? First down from the Cabrillo 38 from the shotgun. Back to the running game. Tries the inside, cuts it back out. Gets to the corner, fights off a couple of tacklers, and gets all the way down to the 30-yard line for a gain of about 8. The ball now at the 31-yard line. Clock running. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first. Pirates with a 7-0 lead and on the move again. Courtesy of a large gain on first down. Two receivers to either side.
A.J. Reynoso, the lone back.
Pumps one, pulls it back, and then throws. Is it complete?
Diving catch over there by number 22. That's Gabe Pendergrass. No, Travis Freeland.
Down to the 26-yard line. That's enough to move the chains for the Pirates. First and 10, Sunny Ynez.
So they're using Freeland quite a bit more tonight than they have from the season.
One man in motion, and the flag comes out. Stops the clock with 3:40 remaining here in the first.
I think we're going to see some more retrograde motion here, Greg.
Yep, 5 yards against the Pirates for a false start. Moves it back to the 31. Still first down. First and 15, however. We'll try this one again. Same formation, same play. Fakes the handoff to the motion man. Throws deep to the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates. All by himself. Again, very hard to see those numbers, but I'm thinking that might have been Cadillac again.
Yep, would appear to be so.
So it's 13-0 Sunny Ynez with the point after coming up.
.358.
Kick is away, and the kick is good.
Another interesting snap there. That one was a little bit low.
Successful kick, however. 3:28 remaining in the first. It is now Sunny Ynez 14, Cabrillo 0. You're listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. We want to thank our friends over at the Box Shop. Box Shop Bob, thank you so much for all you do for the community, and especially for being one of our sponsors tonight and all season long. The Box Shop.
Sunny Ynez kicking off for the third time already in this game. It's a few too many.
3 possessions, 2 touchdowns. First possession was derailed by a bad snap.
Yeah.
Kickoff fielded at the 5. There's that
Mason Towns.
That wedge again, but the Pirates managed to break through and make a good stop at the 19-yard line. So we've got 3:22 left here in the first quarter. The Pirates lead 14-0. The Conquistadors will take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
3:55. Excuse me, 3:22.
There we go. Those 2s and 5s, they look the same.
Well, especially when they're backwards.
Yes.
In the reflection off the window to my left, and
we have
the scoreboard to the right.
Some obstructed views here this evening, so we're kind of.
Ooh.
Attempted screen pass incomplete. Thrown behind Misa a little bit, so that one will go for naught, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Cabrillo working out of the no huddle. As we have seen this year, trips left, 1 up top. Anderson from the shotgun, looking to throw all the way. Looking for Green at midfield, incomplete. Defended nicely there by
Dustin
Gregg. Broke that one up about the 50-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
That would have helped.
Yep. Had been thrown just a little bit shorter. There was a window there, and by the time the ball got there, the window had closed.
3rd down and 10. 2 receivers to the near side. 1 man in motion, looking right all the way. This one is incomplete, also at midfield.
Yeah, very similar play over to the right side, and that one had a very similar result.
I think that was Dixon over there on the right this time, however. Incomplete, brings up 4th and 10. Conquistador is not afraid to air it out. They haven't been able to connect so far.
Prendergast back to return. Bit of a high snap.
Low line drive kick, takes 1 bounce, picked up at the 40-yard line, looking for some help. Trying to get to the corner, cuts it back in. Somebody's got him by the jersey, then breaks away. Skips away from another one at midfield. Still on the speed at the 40-yard line. Dodging, weaving, moving, and inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. Excellent return. Of about 27, 28 yards.
And an excellent job by a couple of guys not blocking people in the back when they had opportunities.
Avoid the hankies when you can. The Pirates will have an excellent start on this drive with the ball at the Cabrillo 33-yard line. 2:46 left in the first quarter. Pirates already up 14-0, and they're set up with a short field here for this possession. Cabrillo trying to get set on defense, and whistles and flags.
In that order.
I think the Pirates are trying to get the snap off before Cabrillo could get set, and in the process,
illegal substitution.
That's against Cabrillo. This can be translated into having too many guys on the field at once sometimes.
Yep.
So move the ball to the 28 and call it 1st and 5. Two receivers to either side. Now 1 in motion. Greg from the shotgun. Quick pitch out here to the near side. Cuts it back in, breaking some tackles. That's number 21. Inside the 25 to the 23. There's that song again. I think we're going to hear that a lot tonight.
Yep. Well, if Bill's listening, we know he'll appreciate that.
Dr. Draw and his show is Crawling with Pirates. One of the fine shows you can find on Tap TV. One of the finest shows you can find on Tap TV. Middle receiver screen complete and down to the 21. Pendergast on the catch and run. That'll be a 1st down for the Pirates at the Cabrillo 21-yard line. Approaching the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Ynez up 14-0 and on the move. I send 2 receivers here to the short side of the field, 1 up top. Greg again from the shotgun. Calls his own number this time, follows his blocker to the sideline, gets the corner inside the 10 to about the 9 is where they'll put it. That'll be a 1st and goal for the Pirates from there.
1:43 in play. And a bit of a surprising score early. Rigetti 7, Atascadero nothing. First quarter.
Wow. Go Warriors. 1st and goal, Ynez from the Cabrillo 9.
Prendergrass in motion and covered by Dixon.
Handoff up the middle. Skips a tackle at the 5. Dives in for the end zone, but we have a flag down at the 5.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think this one's coming back.
We'll hold off here for a second. And illegal block.
Mm-hmm.
Good call, Mike. This one's coming back. Put the ball at the 15-yard line. 10 yards from the spot of the infraction. It'll be first and goal from there.
We got 38 remaining.
And running. So the Pirates will try this again. They'll send 3 receivers. Oh, make it 2. One comes back. 2 up top, 1 to the short side. Cadlick over here. Thrown to the far pylon. Complete. Touchdown, Pirates. And we're going to hear the song again. And 20-0 with the point after coming. Kick is away. Looks good to me. The officials agree. 1:16 left here in the first quarter. The Pirates are on the board again. It's now San Ynez 21, Cabrillo nothing.
It's always nice when the officials agree with you, Greggy.
Doesn't happen often. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe here along with Statmeister Mike Loney. Judy Baker back at KPEG Control, spinning the dials and pushing buttons and clicking mouses. Mouses? Mice.
Mices?
One of those. Glad you can join us tonight. Next week we will be, where will we be?
We'll be at Houck Stadium.
We'll be at Houck Stadium, that's
Watch
right.
these Pirates again against a somewhat different skill level.
Yes, the San Ynez Pirates will be traveling to our valley, taking on the other team from Lompoc, the Lompoc Braves. That will be an interesting contest, one that will more than likely determine the Post Padres League Championship. So tune in for that one. Line drive kick, bobbled a bit, but picked up at the 15. And returned across the 20 to about the 22. Tickle giving forward progress to the 23. First down, Cabrillo from there with 1:08 remaining in the first quarter. Yes, we're going to be on a 3-game homestand as far as our broadcasts are concerned, starting next week. San Ynez versus Lompoc next week. St. Joe versus Lompoc the week after that.
And we've got whistles again, right?
Whistles and a stoppage.
Yeah.
And, of course, the big game on November 3rd.
Mason Towns out here wide, right?
Very wide. Shotgun snap to Anderson, rolls to his left, sets, throws across the middle, complete.
Joey Brown, I believe.
It is correct. Joey Brown, number 88, moves the chains to the 36-yard line. And a first down for the Conquistadors. That's good to see. Inside a minute remaining in the first quarter. And the ball is loose on a bad snap. Anderson gathers it up. Throws it to the far sideline. Just dumps that one away. Did a good job getting the ball across the line of scrimmage.
And in the general direction of Ben Dixon.
So a heads-up play by Anderson to save what could have been a disaster. And it'll be 2nd and 10. One receiver up top, 2 here to the near side. Fake the draw. And throw. Comebacker incomplete. Dixon, the intended receiver on the far side of the field, incomplete, brings up third down. 3rd and 10. 35 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter. It's 21-0 Pirates. One man in motion, 2 receivers to the near side.
Ooh.
Anderson throws across the middle. Picked off. And why is intercepted at the 45, but I want to know why there wasn't a pass interference call, because that defender had a handful of jersey.
Yes, he did.
Before he made that catch. Literally had his arm fully extended and had a handful of receiver
I think
jersey.
now they're saying that it was not caught.
Okay, it's incomplete, but I still want pass interference.
Yeah.
That was blatantly obvious, and I'm 50 yards away. And I wear glasses. So anyway, 4th down, and Cabrillo will have to punt.
Another high snap.
Kick away, however, fielded on the fly at the 25.
Oh,
Cuts it to the near side. Got some blockers out in front. He's to midfield to the 40. One man to beat at the 30. Gets around him to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown.
Prendergast. That we have, it looks like a flag down back here near where he caught it.
Way back where
We
he
also
got the ball.
we also have a player down at about the Cabrillo 40, one of the Pirates.
Player is back up, but the flag remains.
There's a player being assisted to the sideline, and that's number 24, Vinny Vaca.
So the officials will gather at the 35-yard line, all pointing in the direction of the flag. They're going to call a block in the back. That's I actually saw that, and the blocker backed off. The player actually fell down.
Yeah, well, I think that may be some cosmic payback for that pass interference penalty that was not called. Looks like they're going to march it off, starting at the 20 and take it all the way back down to the 15 or
The
the
flag
25.
was at the 27 or so. They're going to spot it all the way back to the 15-yard line. Take away a punt return for a touchdown by Prendergast. And
With 11 seconds or so remaining.
cosmic payback, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll buy that. So instead of 6 points, the Pirates have a first down at their own 15.
This would be an excellent time for a turnover.
It would. Or cosmic payback. From the shotgun, Greg on the keeper.
And they've seen that one before.
They have. Cabrillo all over that one for a loss of about a yard. And that should bring us to the end of the first quarter, Mike. I hear the horn. 12 minutes in the books here at St. Ynez High School, and our score is the Pirates 21, the Conquistadors nothing. And you are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
Home with the greatest rock and roll on the planet.
That was Mike. I'm Greg. Judy's back in the studio, and we're glad that you're listening. Don't forget, you can check it out on the web, too, at kpegradio.com. For all your friends who are out of radio range, check out the wonderful graphics on the web. Scores from around the league.
Pioneer Valley. Pioneer Valley is trailing St. Joe's 7-0 in the first quarter.
While we have a moment between quarters, let's thank Rick Frederick, Quality Plumbing, for joining us tonight. Rick's with us every year, and we want to thank Rick and Lisa for their continued support of local sports and local community-based radio. Frederick, Quality Plumbing. I understand they have a granddaughter on the cheerleading squad. So that's cool.
Yeah.
They may actually be here.
Brigetti up 7-0 on Atascadero in the second. Paso leading San Luis 13-7 in the second. Scotts Valley's have no update to that score in the first, 6-0. Santa Maria and Templeton tied at 0 in the first. St. Joe up on Pioneer Valley 14-0 in the first. And as you know, San Ynez 21-0 at the start of the second.
We'll turn around and go the other way. Slant pass incomplete at the 30.
Not the greatest pass I've ever seen. That was wide of an open receiver who was,
I believe that was Prendergast on the
Higgins the pay dirt, and the ball never got to him.
low and away on the throw. It'll bring up third and 11. Loss of 1 on first down. So the Pirates will send 3 receivers up top, 1 here to the near side. Greg from the shotgun, looking left all the way.
That's
complete to Vreeland.
Yeah.
He turns and heads it upfield across the 30 to the 32, and that'll be a first down for the Pirates.
Jalen Green finally put him on the ground, but not before the pickoff.
All right, Vreeland very active tonight for the Pirates.
Ball out to the 32-yard line of the Conquistadors.
Is he the last of the Vreeland brothers?
Oh, I'm not sure. Might be some cousins, too.
Travis is a senior. He's stuck at 6'1", 195, they call him.
He's not tiny.
Looks about right.
And it looks like we have a timeout.
Timeout on the field with 11:40 left here in the second quarter. 21-0 is our score. San Ynez on top. Gives us an opportunity to thank another one of our sponsors, Hammond Overhead Door Company. Thank you so much for your continued support. John and Marjorie up in Paso. Greg, Mary, and the guys over at Santa Maria office, thank you so much for supporting local sports and local radio. Hammond Overhead Door Company.
Craig back to throw.
Now scrambling, pulls it down.
And
he'll get across the 35 to about the 37.
About 5.
Yep.
Nice recovery by the Conqs.
Pickup of 5 out to the 37. It'll be 2nd and 5 from there.
If Cabrillo can, or anybody else can isolate some of these big plays and make the Pirates work for it, they have a shot.
Back to pass, plenty of protection, throwing deep down the middle. There's a group down there, knocked down, incomplete.
He threw that into a crowd of at least 6 or 7. There were people, three
receivers and 3 or 4 defenders in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it depends on if your neighborhood is 5 yards or less, then there were 4. If it's 3 yards or less, then there were 3. So he threw that in the crowd. Brigetti is now up 14-0 on the Atascadero in the second.
Wow. 3rd down and 5 after the incompletion.
A little bit lucky to get that one back.
Back to pass again. This one, complete across the middle. Flag is down, however.
Yeah,
and this is that's Prendergast heading to the end zone.
Go to the end zone, but the Cabrillo defenders saw the flag go down and basically pulled up.
Now this one will come back to flag all the way back at the Cabrillo, Pirate 32.
That wasn't a hold. That was a 2-point takedown. And
yes, that would be good in a wrestling match.
Yeah, that was nice. I'm sure the wrestling coach will be going, hey, you ever thought about doing any grappling?
Well, for the second time this evening, a Pirate touchdown is negated by a penalty. And the ball will be moved back to the Santa Ynez 22-yard line. It'll be a third down and about 19 or so.
10:37 remaining. Third and something you probably don't have a set play call for.
Third and a country mile. Since we're in the country.
Yeah.
And the Pirates will decide to take another look at this and call timeout with 10:37 left in the second quarter. Pirates have a 21-point lead, 21-0. And the band's going to play. Yippee! That's an interesting score with that Rigetti-Atascadero game.
Indeed it is. I thought that might be a decent game, but I was certainly not expecting that kind of result.
Let's take a look at the remaining schedule for the Conquistadors. After tonight, they will be on the road to Pioneer Valley. Then they will have their bye week right before they head home to take on the Lompoc Braves for the final game of the regular season on the 3rd.
You want some additional weirdness?
Oh, I'm always up to weirdness.
From the Pac-5? Try this one. St. Louis 14, Paso 13 in the second quarter.
Okay, that's weird. But will it last?
Well, we'll see. That's a Halloween kind of score.
Third down, about 20.
Setting up a screen. Oh,
complete.
Nice.
Makes a nice move to get away from one. Breaks another one, still on his feet across the 30, fighting for yardage. It's all the way up to the 35-yard line.
That was a brilliant job, though, by one of the defensive linemen to get out there and force him to cut back inside, because otherwise he had a clear lane to the outside, but the cutback put him back into traffic, and they were able to slow him down and get him down on the ground at the 33 or so.
Put it at the 34. A nice gain, but well short of a first down. It's 4th and 8. Pickup of about 12, but they needed 20.
They're going for it. They're going for it.
And the Pirates will line up to go for it on 4th and 8 in their own territory.
At least they're going to try and make Cabrillo think they're going for it.
Trips right. And whistles.
And I think we might have a timeout.
Cabrillo will call a timeout. Stops the clock with 9:41 left in the half. 21-0 Pirates. Interesting calls to go for it on your own 34.
Yeah, well,
4th and relatively long.
9:41 in the second quarter, so I think part of that is having a 21-point lead, and part of that is trying to see if you can get Cabrillo to do something not smart.
That's
we were talking about Rick having a granddaughter on the cheerleading squad. My sister works with a couple of gals. One has a granddaughter on the Cabrillo cheerleading squad. And another one has a son on the San Ynez football team. As a matter of fact, Dustin Gregg.
Well, Cabrillo just gave the San Ynez Pirates a gift. They jumped off sides.
Yep.
And that's a free 5 yards. Not enough for a first down, but it sure makes 4th down a little easier.
Yeah. 4th and 3 is different than 4th and 8.
Pirates will line up with the same formation. Trips right. Back to pass. Complete. Down the near sideline and out of bounds across midfield. Prendergast on the catch and run. And that was pretty easy, Mike.
Yes, it was.
All the way down to the 48-yard line of the Conqs. It'll be first down for the Pirates from there. 9:33 left in the half. Pirates up 21-0 and on the move again.
Handoff up the middle.
A little bit of room, down to the 45-yard line.
About 3.
That was, who was that?
Number 28, I believe.
21.
21.
Trey Deuce.
20-something.
You can see the numbers pretty well if they're on this hash mark. On the other one, it's a little tucked. Second and about 7. Screen play. Out
Nice
to the far
run.
side, complete, cuts it back inside. Now he's got some defenders all over it, but it gets down to the 32. Prendergast on the catch.
Just a simple swing.
That'll move the chains for St. Ynez. First down Pirates from the Cabrillo 32-yard line. Two receivers here to the near side, one shallow one up top. Empty backfield.
Same play other side, except this time he dropped it. And that's going to be a lateral, Greg.
Good thing he picked that up and made some positive yardage out of it. That was Anthony Gills.
And he actually lost a yard during this thing.
Well, it was positive yardage before he picked it up. Let's put it that way. But a loss of a yard makes it 2nd and 11. The ball now at the 33. That did not go the way they drew it up.
No, that counts as a fumble.
Two receivers to either side. Quick pass complete.
Oh, speaking of fumbles,
Fumbles.
that ball came flying through the air, but landed out of bounds. So it will count as about 8-yard pickup.
Down to the 25. Short of a first down, however. It'll be a 3rd down and about 3 for the Pirates. 7:55 left here in the first half. St. Ynez up 21-0. And threatening again. Two wides. 2 in the backfield, and more movement on the Cabrillo defensive line.
And we have a bunch of people pointing fingers, but the officials are moving the ball 5 yards closer to the Cabrillo end zone.
And that gives the Pirates a free first down, Mike, at the Cabrillo 20-yard line. Second time Cabrillo's jumped off sides in this possession. First down, St. Ynez from the Cabrillo 20.
Yeah, St. Ynez does not need any help.
Again from the shotgun, quick pitch.
Well,
Cuts
that's
inside, breaks a tackle or two, and powers his way down to about the 13-yard line.
2-3 yards short of the first down.
Good run nonetheless. It'll be
That was number 33. A.J. Reynoso.
second down in about, 2.5 or so. Clock running, 7 minutes remaining till halftime. Fakes the handoff across the middle. Slant pass in the middle, complete. Touchdown, Pirates. I want to say that was Breland on the catch.
Yep, we just sent him on a simple out and in, and
caught it at about the 5. Took it in, and it's now 27-0 with the point after coming up. Another nice solid point after kick is up and good.
was that Marcus Ray kicking? I'm having a real hard time with these numbers, Greg.
We got a little glare and a glow. I can tell you this, there's 6:48 left in the first half, and our score is now St. Ynez 28, Cabrillo nothing. I can also tell you that you're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports.
KPEG 100.9 FM.
I like the way he says that.
Home of the greatest rock and roll on the planet.
Added some new music too lately, right?
Ah.
Put some Republica in the lineup.
Wow.
Some Matthew Sweet.
Ah.
Who else we got that's new? Porno for Pyros. Extended the Rush collection a little bit earlier today.
Okay.
So
that'll work.
Yeah. Kickoff fielded on the run at the 10.
Got a little bit of a hole.
It's across the 25 to about the 27 or 28. And they'll put it at the 27-yard line. Cabrillo will start first and 10 from there with 6:42 left in the half. Pirates up 28-0. It's homecoming here at St. Ynez High School tonight, as we mentioned, so there will be an extended halftime. We'll tell you about the festivities when they're over.
Maybe even tell you who won.
Maybe.
Both Dustin Gregg and Gabe Prendergast are King nominees. So we'll see if they split the football vote and it goes to somebody else. Ooh.
Anderson does a nice job handling the snap. Pass is wide and incomplete, however.
Yep.
That's Mason Towns, the intended receiver. It'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, the bubbled snap definitely threw that play out of whack.
Timing was off for sure. And speaking of which, the St. Ynez Pirates got their timing off on the snap and they jumped offside. So
trying to have an interior blitz and the ball did not move.
So a free 5 yards. It's 2nd and 5. Anderson back to pass, now under pressure. Flag down in the backfield.
Ooh.
And Anderson's going down as well in the arms
same
of about
area.
3 orange players. This will more than likely be a hold against the Conquistadors. Flag at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see if they take it or not because he lost. It's about.
Loss is back to the 27. Back to about the original line of scrimmage. Lost to about 5. So this will be an interesting discussion. Holding. Cabrillo. And they're going to mark off the yardage. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is a spot foul, so they may have gained a little bit more than.
Spread right.
Back them up to the 18, it looks like.
6:27 remaining here.
Instead of 2nd and 5, it's 2nd and about 20. Something along those lines. 4 receivers either side. Anderson from the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, looks left, throws left.
Oh.
Ball bounces off the intended receiver and right into the arms of the defender, who goes into the end zone untouched. And when it's not going your way, it's not going your way.
22-yard interception return, and that you could not walk out there and hand that ball to him in a better spot. That just bounced right off his hands, hit him in the chest, ricocheted into the arms of the defensive guy who had been out of position, and he just turned and ran.
That was being in the right place at the right time. And as soon as all of a sudden he looked up and said, "Hey, Mom, look what I got." So the Pirates score on defense, and they're out to kick another PAT all of a sudden. This one is good as well. So taking the yardage on that penalty turned out to be a good idea for the Pirates. It's now St. Ynez 30, 35, Cabrillo nothing. 6:03.
And that's
left
the
in
magic
the second.
number, Greg.
That is the magic number. 35-0 makes the game eligible for a running clock at this point. Hopefully they don't do it quite yet. Whoa! We got things falling out of the press box here.
Anybody hurt?
Okay.
Coach's communication system took a tumble.
Some of the headset equipment fell out. Wasn't clamped on enough.
Wasn't ours.
We'll get this figured out.
I'm just going to lay that down because that's. I don't want
your
that
stuff?
bouncing off.
It should go down here. I don't know what happened.
Okay, we'll get
Somebody on the.
suction came loose.
Yeah,
I think somebody hit it.
No, it just went.
Okay, back to business here real quick. Cabrillo on the kickoff return across midfield, but a flag down at the 45.
There is a flag in the field.
I'll get this out.
Yeah, okay. Things crashing and burning around us here. We'll check out the flag. The ball is across midfield to the St. Ynez 48, but holding on Cabrillo on the return will negate that return. Penalties at the 41-yard line, 10 yards back from that. And what would have set up the Conquistadors on the Pirate side of the field for the first time tonight is now back at their own 31.
5:54 remaining here in the second quarter.
So 1st and 10, Cabrillo. They've got 3 receivers up top, 1 to the near side here. Anderson looking back to pass. Now tucks it away and finds a little bit of yardage up the middle out to the 35. Oh, that was exciting, Mike.
Well, more exciting than it needed to be. At halftime, Rigetti is up 14-7 over Atascadero. Paso leads San Luis 19-14 in the second quarter.
2nd and 5, pass incomplete on the far sideline. Looked like Misa was the intended receiver out of the backfield. It'll be a 3rd and 5. 2 receivers up top, 2 to the near side. Anderson looking for a play from the sideline.
Still showing St. Joe leading Pioneer Valley and Templeton and Santa Maria scoreless in the first quarter.
Anderson under big pressure, throws this one and it's batted down. He had 3 orange jerseys right in his face.
That was number 45, got that one, I believe. Yeah, something 5. I'm not sure we have a number 45 on the list.
How about 15? Looks better. 4th and 5 for the Conquistadors after that ball is batted down, and they will have to punt this one away. Prendergast back deep to receive for the Pirates, standing on his own 30-yard line. Nice kick. Backs him up to the 20-yard line.
Huh? Somebody needs to tackle. Oh, and there's 2 hankies down on the field. I think that's 2 separate fouls.
Prendergast with a nice stiff arm to the face there at the 45. That might be one of them.
Yes, I believe so. I think the other one is probably a holder and an illegal block right around midfield.
So 2 penalties on the return. We'll sort this out. Prendergast brought it back to about the 44-yard line. We'll see what they do with it. 5:04 left in the first half. It's 35-0 Pirates. Pending a penalty here.
Or 2.
or 2. Could be compound, could be offset, who knows?
Yeah.
We have a zebra huddle at the 47-yard line. One of my favorite things.
Yeah. Do have 6 officials here tonight, so.
And the one with the white hat's about to tell us what's going on. There's a hold against the Pirates. And a face mask against the Pirates. There's the one from Prendergast. So do they enforce both of them? That would be a big penalty.
Yes.
There goes 15 yards. And he is still walking. Moved the ball from the 42 back to the 27, so a 15-yarder. They'll enforce the face mask, I guess. And it'll be first down Pirates from the 27.
That's a. And at halftime, they may discuss penalties when Prendergast has the ball.
Quick screen pass complete, breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage and gets pushed out of bounds at around the 31 for a gain of about 4.
Is that Vreeland again?
I think that was
or number 3.
That was Marcus Ray, number 3 on that one. Second down and about 7 for the Pirates from their own 31-yard line. Clock running, under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 receivers to either side, now 1 man in motion. 2 backs with Greg in the backfield.
Oh, nice blocking.
Right up the middle we go, out to about the 34. 2, maybe 3 on the carry.
Good reaction from the secondary, but the line initially blew him a rather large hole to run through. But
it'll be 3rd and 3 from the 34.
Cabrillo can hold here. They might be able to get off the field and get the ball back.
Get some decent field position. 3 receivers up top. Now 1 motions over to the near side. That's Prendergast from the shotgun. Screen pass complete to the far side. Covered nicely by the Conquistadors, however, fighting to get away from some tackles. And finally, the whistle blows. Forward progress to the
right around the first down marker. It's going to be very close. I think they're going to mark it just short. Well, maybe
they're going to mark it just enough. Just across the 38. First down, Pirates. And that was some extra effort over there off that yards after contact, coming up big that time. Ball just across the 37, 1st and 10 Pirates with just under 4 minutes remaining. Looking deep, has all day to throw, then dumps this one off on the far sideline, complete, and there's nobody anywhere near him.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Pirates.
They had really good coverage deep, and one of the guys over on the right side just kind of stuck out of the backfield and went zipping downfield, and everybody was looking into the backfield and wasn't watching, and he just ran past everybody and was wide open about 10 yards behind everybody.
All alone. My gosh. So that was a 62-yard pass play for a touchdown. The point after is away, and it is good. 3:38 left in the half. It's now San Ynez 42, Cabrillo nothing. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
One of the greatest rock and roll on the planet.
That was Mike. I'm Greg. Judy's back home spinning the dials. We thank you for being with us tonight. Don't forget, you can check the game out on the web as well, kpegradio.com. For those folks who are out of radio range, tell your friends and neighbors and your family across the country and around the world. kpegradio.com. And tell them also that Lompoc Community Bank is one of our sponsors. We want to thank all the folks over at LCB for being with us tonight and all season long. Lompoc Community Bank, thanks for your support.
No, I get it. I don't.
No, it was bad like for us, and our rating was bad because coming up
So something the Pirates have done repeatedly this evening.
Score.
Score and kickoff. Looks like Marcus Ray to do the honors. Line drive kick fielded at the 5.
Mason Towns again.
Tries the middle. There's a big scrum at about the 25-yard line.
Looks like they'll mark it at the 24.
A massive humanity there, and we have a Cabrillo player down.
That's Towns.
That is Towns, the return man. Official timeout to check on Mason Towns. Training staff out to look at Mason. He was right in the middle of the field, in between the hashes at the 24-yard line. 3:31 left in the half. And the last thing you want to see is anybody get hurt, especially in a game such as this.
And there was definitely a scrum, and then
well, there's 22 players on the field, and I think they were all within about 2 yards of one another.
yeah,
It's a massive humanity.
yeah. And then,
Towns is
they've
now
got him
sitting up. That's always a good sign. And now Towns on his feet and will be escorted off the field. Nice to see him up and walking.
a little bit wobbly, but
As Mason heads over to the sideline, we see the cars, the homecoming cars with the King and Queen candidates assembling on the far sideline behind the Cabrillo bench.
you see any of those vehicles you'd like, Greg?
Well, there's some interesting ones.
Yeah.
The old Cadillac, the old style pickup truck.
Quite a few 50s convertibles out there.
Yeah, old school. First down, Cabrillo. Throwing on first down, complete. Breaks the tackle. Helmet comes off, however, and that'll stop the play.
That's got to be a penalty, doesn't it? If you rip a guy's helmet off, that's
It's Ben Dixon who lost his hat.
yeah. And how do you not throw a hanky on that? When the other guy tries to tackle him and ends up holding his helmet.
One would think there might be a violation of some sort involved in that, but apparently not. No flags. And with his helmet off, Dixon has to sit out a play. It'll be second down and 9. Second and 1 after a gain of 9. And Anderson will go down for a loss of at the 29-yard line.
Yeah.
A loss of about 4. And from second and 1, it's 3rd and 5 for Cabrillo from their own 29. Dixon back in now after a one-play respite for helmet retrieval. 4 receiver set for the Conqs. Anderson from the shotgun.
Helmet reattachment.
That too. Ooh, Anderson pumps once, and now we'll go down in the arms of 3 Pirate defenders.
And there's a hanky down as well.
We have been penalty heavy tonight.
Yes, haven't been a very good game in a number of respects. It looks like they're marking them back at around
Penalty
the
flag at the
25.
25. This was going to go against the Pirates. Illegal use of hands, it appears.
Hands to the face, I think.
So a break for Cabrillo. The ball moves out to the 35, and Conquistadors have a first down out of that, Mike.
More of that karmic
Delayed draw doesn't fool anybody.
and It was a delayed draw that drew without delay.
Yeah, that too. Loss of a yard, second and 11.
That was music going a whole lot of nowhere quickly.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. It is 42-0 Pirates. Cabrillo's got the ball, second and 11 at their own 34. Anderson the pass, looking down the far sideline.
Jalen Green.
That's complete. Green comes down with it at the 40. Jordan Green goes up and gets that one, and it's first down Cabrillo at the 40-yard line of the Pirates. Cabrillo can use a few big plays of their own here. Anderson back to pass. Had time, now has to roll to his right. Throws this one across the middle. Intercepted. Is that Prendergast? Streaking down the far sideline. Got 2 men to beat. Cuts it back inside. And he's going to go into the end zone untouched. That was Gabe Prendergast with the interception and the return of about 70 yards on the pick and run. Pick 6 for Gabe Prendergast and the Pirates. And that's why you're taught not to throw across the middle of the field. Rolling right, throwing left into the middle. And Prendergast was right where it needed to be. Makes the catch, returns it 70 yards, and the Pirates score again. Here's the point after it's up. It's good. So we've got 1:25 left here in the first half. It's now St. Ynez 49, Cabrillo nothing. You are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. I'm Greg Ratcliffe. That's Mike Loney over there to my right. Judy Baker's back at home doing her thing, doing it well. Thanks, Judy. We're glad you're listening. So far, all Pirates tonight. 49-0 St. Ynez.
Yeah, Cabrillo came into this game looking for deja vu against the Pirates, but they got very little of that.
Hoping to double down on the Para Pirates.
Yeah, the Pirate pair.
Beat Morro Bay 2 weeks ago. That brand of Pirates, but
the Rock Pirates have not proven to be quite as...
the Valley Pirates, a little different story. Kickoff, fielded at the 9. That's Ben Dixon, I think, on the return this time.
Yeah. They rotated him back. Towns has not returned to the game.
Dixon will bring it out to the 30. That's where the Conquistadors will take over first and 10 with a 1 minute and 19 seconds left in the first half. It is 49-0. St. Ynez on top.
Cabrillo beginning their 8th possession of the game.
They'll send 2 receivers to either side. And homecoming well underway here as the candidates go by. Anderson keeps this one himself and gets back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Maybe a skosh.
The obligatory skosh of the night?
The obligatory skosh of the night. It should be an official award for that.
Second down and a skosh under 10. Clock running, 55 seconds remaining until the end of the half. 2 receivers to either side. Anderson from the shotgun. Give is up the middle. Big gap across the 40 and out to the 43-yard line.
Biggest run play by Miza on the night.
Yep. Tito Miza gets the first down for the Conquistadors out to the 44. That'll move the chains. 30 seconds remaining till halftime. Anderson takes the shotgun snap. Again, straight up the middle. Not much happening that time. Miza gets out to the 46 for a gain of
a couple.
Maybe 2. It'll be second, and we'll call it 8 as we tick down under 10 seconds. I don't think Cabrillo is going to bother trying to get another playoff before the half, and they are not. So the half is complete here at St. Ynez High School. It's been all Pirates so far tonight. It's St. Ynez 49, Cabrillo nothing at the half.
Well, we've seen a little more, if not sanity, at least regularity restored to the Central Coast scoreboard.
What do you got?
St. Joe, 28-7 over Pioneer Valley at the half. Brigetti still leading Atascadero 14-7 at the half. Paso is now up 25-14 on San Luis Obispo in the second quarter. And we still haven't gotten a score from Santa Maria or Templeton.
We will keep you informed of those as we get them. But right now, we're going to let the Pirates celebrate their homecoming, and we will send you back to KPEG Control and some pertinent information of things that are going on around the Lompoc Valley. So stay tuned, and we will see you back here for the second half in about 20 minutes, folks. You're listening to the KPEG Game of the Week on 100.9 FM. While the teams take a break, let's take a minute to tell you about this season's sponsors. These businesses stepped up to help the cause, and without their generous support, these broadcasts would not be possible. Thank you so much to The Box Shop, Frederick Quality Plumbing, Hammond Overhead Door, Lompoc Community Bank, The Pizza Garden, Rosa's Anything Athletic, Sunset Auto Center, The Surf Connection, Tom's, and Wilkerson Chiropractic. A heartfelt thanks to all of our sponsors for helping us to bring these games to our listeners.
I got smart about mortgages. Now, it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about college. Now my kid's off to a great start.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org.
I got smart about health insurance. Now both my finances and I are healthy.
Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money.
I got smart about protecting my job. Now, I'm doing better than ever.
For everything from how to build an emergency fund to how to deal with job uncertainty, smartaboutmoney.org has the answers you're looking for.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Hey, football fans, do you have friends or family that live out of town but still like to follow Lompoc Valley football? Let them know that KPEG's game coverage is also streaming live on the web. Just send them to kpegradio.com and they can catch all of the action no matter where they are. That's kpegradio.com, brought to you by your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. By now, you've probably figured out that KPEG is not your ordinary average radio station. In fact, we're anything but ordinary. First, you'll never ever hear a commercial on KPEG. We're all about the music. And how about that music? We play more music with more variety than any other station in the area. And not just the standard tunes you hear everywhere else. Sure, we play rock and oldies and your favorite classic rock songs, but we'll also introduce you to some deep tracks that you might not have heard. Some new rock, and even some bands that are a bit off the mainstream. That's what makes KPEG so unique. Well, that and our exclusive live sports coverage, but the point is that KPEG is different by design. Enjoy it. We're 100.9 KPEG. We hope you are enjoying KPEG's live coverage of tonight's Game of the Week, the Cabrillo Conquistadors versus the Santa Ynez Pirates. Join us next week as we head back home to Houck Stadium, where the Lompoc Braves will host these very same Santa Ynez Pirates in an important Los Padres League matchup. Tune in at 6:45 for pregame coverage, including an exclusive interview with Braves head coach Andrew Jones. Then get ready for kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the Santa Ynez Pirates versus the Lompoc Braves next Friday night, and it's right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
Dad! Come on! Over here! Look at this, Dad! Over!
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, biking, fishing, or camping. Or do your own thing when you get there with family and friends. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The City Council meetings are your window into how Lompoc works. You can even speak to the council and let them know how you feel. But if you can't be there in person, you can always follow along on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and the web at cityoflompoc.com. That's right. We'll be there on the first and third Tuesday of every month, bringing you all the comments, discussions, and votes. So tune in for a live trimulcast of your City Council meetings, only on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and cityoflompoc.com.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Hello, I'm Samantha Scroggin, Community Relations Manager with the City of Lompoc, and let's tune in to what's happening in Lompoc. We have some great Halloween-themed events taking place all month long at the Lompoc Library. Visit our website for details. We're excited to have announced our facade improvement program for businesses in the City of Lompoc. Our commercial facade rebate and loan program provides opportunities for local businesses to make improvements to the exteriors of their buildings. Starting Monday, October 23rd, applications will be available through our Recreation Division for Santa visits. Cost per visit is just $30 for city residents and $36 for non-city residents. Visits with Santa will be available from December 15th through December 18th. We are also accepting vendor signups for our Lompoc Arts and Vines event on October 28th. Visit our website, cityoflompoc.com, for details. Also on October 28th, our Make a Difference Day is coming up. We invite our community to help make a difference through various community service projects. Learn more at cityoflompoc.com. The City of Lompoc is looking to fill 19 vacancies on city commissions, committees, and boards. We are especially in need of youth commissioners. Join us for a public meeting to discuss our H Street Stone Pines on Thursday, October 26th at 6:30 p.m. in Stone Pine Hall. Follow the City of Lompoc on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next time when we tune in Lompoc.
Don't have a car? Too far to walk? Bike in the shop? Welcome aboard Colt, the City of Lompoc Transit. Sit back and let us do the driving. Colt serves the communities of Lompoc, Mission Hills, and Vandenberg Village. We offer comfort, low fares, convenience, free transfers, and great service. For more information and free trip planning assistance, give us a call at 736-7666 or visit us on the web at cityoflompoc.com/transit.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich? No. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
I shop and cook for my mom every week.
I help my dad pay his bills.
I take my wife to the doctor.
Am I a caregiver?
Are you caring for a senior parent, spouse, or friend? Do you spend time helping with meals, shopping, or personal care? Are you stressed? Do you have less time for yourself? You are not alone. Nearly 1 in 6 people in Lompoc are caregivers. Visit caringtogetherlompoc.org or call 925-9554.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, alright, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cool time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Do you love to swim? Do you think about swimming even when you aren't swimming? Well, we've got a publication for you. A poolside publication. Just surf on over to the Lompoc Parks and Rec webpage and click on Poolside Publication. That's cityoflompoc.com/parks_rec. You can sign up to have Poolside Publication emailed to you every week. You'll stay up to date on the Lompoc Aquatic Center, get to know the staff, and learn a thing or two about water safety. That's Poolside Publication, brought to you by the Lompoc Aquatic Center.
Hey Lompoc, now that your newest, bestest, most favoritist radio station is up and running, why not put us to work? If your organization has a nonprofit event or fundraiser coming up, let KPEG help spread the word. Just submit your public service announcement at least 2 weeks in advance and we'll handle the rest. Call us at 875-2750 for details. That's 875-2750. After all, KPEG is your community radio station. Serving you is what we do. You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG. We hope you are enjoying KPEG's live coverage of tonight's Game of the Week, the Cabrillo Conquistadors versus the Santa Ynez Pirates. Join us next week as we head back home to Houck Stadium, where the Lompoc Braves will host these very same Santa Ynez Pirates in an important Los Padres League matchup. Tune in at 6:45 for pregame coverage, including an exclusive interview with Braves head coach Andrew Jones. Then get ready for kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the Santa Ynez Pirates versus the Lompoc Braves next Friday night, and it's right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
The World Wide Web has many things to offer, and one of those things is Tap TV. Just surf your browser to cityoflompoc.com/taptv. Click on any one of our 3 channels and you'll see original, locally produced television. Between shows, we have a bulletin board loaded with announcements and events in Lompoc, with rockin' KPEG radio as the soundtrack. It doesn't stop there. You can make your own TV show. Just stop by the Lompoc Media Center at 125 West Walnut on the 3rd floor of the Anderson Rec Center, and we'll show you how.
Well, folks, welcome back to St. Ynez High School, where the St. Ynez Pirates lead the Cabrillo Conquistadors by a score of 49-0. We just got through celebrating homecoming here for the Pirates. Had a wonderful ceremony and appointed a new king and queen.
Yep, Alec Watson and Erica Spahn.
Congratulations to them. I wonder what Cabrillo said in the locker room to try and turn this around. Right?
Play better.
Okay, good point.
We have some updates from around the Central Coast. In the third quarter, Paso is up on San Luis Obispo, 25-14. Scotts Valley in the third quarter leads or trails Napomo 7-0. That's a correction. And St. Joe at the half is up on Pioneer Valley 28-7. We finally got a score from Santa Maria and Templeton, and that's Santa Maria 40-7 at the half. And perhaps the most surprising score of the night so far is after a nice 64-yard hookup from Brandon Giddings to Jalen Davis, the Rigetti Warriors are up 20-7 on Atascadero.
Wow.
And of course here, Santa Ynez leads Cabrillo 49-0 as we begin the third quarter.
Just about ready to kick off to start the second half. Cabrillo will be receiving the second half kickoff. And I would highly suspect that we are going to be in a running clock here to start the third quarter.
Yes, I would imagine so.
I've not had an official indication of such, but we will guess that way and let you know very shortly.
Well, at least they didn't start the running clock at halftime.
Oh, that's, yeah. Okay, so Ray Marcus ready to put his foot into this one, and we are underway to start the second
nice
half. Fielded at the 10.
One of the up men.
Returned up the middle and swarm tackled at about the 23.
Yeah, only got hit by 7 or 8 guys. It was number 18.
Justin Pilato?
No. Yes. Wow. I don't remember
and
calling his number this year yet.
We are officially in a running clock, ladies and gentlemen. To start here, things in the third quarter. Cabrillo will start with a 4-receiver set. Anderson from the shotgun looks left, now runs right. Hits to the corner and runs out of bounds at about the 32-yard line for a nice gain of about 6 or 7. Even though he did get out of bounds, as we said, we are in a running clock situation, so the clock did not stop. They'll give him 9 on that. It'll be a 2nd and 1. Draw play.
Ooh. And
he's close to the 35.
Close to a first down, but
they are moving the chains. Mike, first down, Conquistador.
Yay. 10.5 remaining.
Don't blink, folks. The second half is going to go by in a hurry. 3 receivers up top. Dixon down here by himself on the short side of the field. Miza on the carry, tries the left side of the line, gets a couple out to the 37. Interesting, Mike, on the homecoming court, there were 3 football players that were nominated, and not one of them won.
No. Oh.
Pass out to Dixon, incomplete, and that was dangerous.
That was exceedingly dangerous.
Prendergast was out there and was almost in position to get that one. But incomplete pass brings up third down, 3rd and 8. The ball at the Cabrillo 37-yard line.
And if that pass had been thrown better, it probably would have been picked.
Anderson scrambling and gets wrestled out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
Forced out by number 25. It's Stephen Enderly.
It'll be 4th down and about 6 for the Conqs. And a punting situation for Cabrillo. Ball at the 38. 8.5 left here in the third quarter.
Nico Glass has had a fairly decent night punting. That's another nice high one.
Nice one. Fielded at the 26. Prendergast tries to get to the far side. Does so. Streaking down the far sideline and knocked out of bounds somewhere around the 40.
Yeah. Yeah, mark it a little further than that.
45, 46, still moving. 47, okay. So the Pirates will take over there, 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line with
8 minutes
to play here in the third.
Clock just rolling right on.
Let's take a moment and thank Larry Williams and the gang over at Pizza Garden. Thank you, Larry, for being with us tonight. Appreciate your support of local sports, everything you do for the community, and for being with us here at local community radio. The Pizza Garden.
Ooh.
High pass, incomplete, over the head of the intended receiver.
And about 4 other guys.
That one got away a little bit. Ray Marcus.
Just a little bit high, Greg.
A little bit high and away. Second and 10 from the 47. Clock still moving as we approach 7 minutes remaining. As we said, these quarters go in a hurry. 2 receivers to either side. Greg gives to the guy sweeping. I don't mean the janitor.
Good job of stringing that one out by the Cabrillo defense, and they finally put him down for a 2-yard loss.
That was Marcus Ray on the carry.
Got a flag down there, fortunately.
One of the only things that will stop the clock, but it didn't. Clock's still running, okay. Face mask against the Conquistadors. Penalty flag is at the 46. Going to march the ball all the way to the Cabrillo 40-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for the Pirates from there. With just over 6 minutes remaining, already halfway through the third quarter.
Draw play.
Keeper, actually.
Quarterback draw.
That was got a new quarterback for the Pirates. Anthony Gills, I believe.
Yeah, number 1. And he took the ball, took 2 steps back, and then chugged right up the middle.
All the way inside the 30 to the 29, and another 1st down for San Ynez. It's Gills again.
Running left.
Gets pushed out of bounds at around the 15 after a nice gain.
Just over 5 minutes remaining.
Thought we had a Cabrillo player down there for a minute, but we just had to tie our shoes.
Pickup of 7.
They put him at the 22-yard line. We'll call it 2nd and 3.
We're now seeing Paso 31-14 over San Luis.
And a timeout called by the Pirates.
We have 4:48 remaining here in the third quarter.
Gives us an opportunity to thank Rose's Embroidery and Anything Athletic. Rose Isaac, thank you so much for all you do for the Lompoc Valley. And thank you for being with us here in the booth tonight, for your support of local sports and local community-based radio. Rose's Embroidery, Anything Athletic. Let's take a look at the remaining schedule for the Pirates.
Big one next week, that's for sure.
Yep, they'll be traveling to the Lompoc Valley to take on the Braves in what will be a battle for the league championship. Then they've got Pioneer Valley and St. Joe to wrap up the season.
Last year, that St. Joe game really tripped them up. I think they still thought that they would get a CIF bid with an 8-2 record, but they did not. Only a 2-2 record in league.
From the shotgun, Gills under pressure now rolls right, looking for some help. And all he finds is some Cabrillo defenders.
Direct down with a really good pursuit by the backside defensive end there.
Very nice to see some Cabrillo players out there still hustling and working hard. Pirates up 49-0 with the running clock here in the third quarter. 4 minutes remaining.
Loss of about 5 on that.
It'll be a third down and 7 or 8. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 up top. Gills rolling left, gets away from pressure, throws on the move.
No,
complete at the 15 and out of bounds. Caught by Connor Perkins.
.355.
There's a penalty flag down, but it's being picked up and waved off. So the play will stand. And should be enough for a first down for the Pirates at the Cabrillo 16-yard line. Indeed it is. As they move the chains with 3 minutes left here in the third.
And whistles, I'm not sure.
Stop play.
What happened? Timeout Cabrillo.
Timeout called by the Conquistadors. Okay, stops the clock with 2:48 left here in the third. It's 49-0 our score. The Pirates on top. They've led all the way. And we'll take this opportunity to thank our friends at Sunset Auto Center. Thank you to George and Cheryl Bedford for everything they do around the Lompoc Valley, especially in the sporting community. You see their vehicles in the end zone at Houck Stadium every week. And we thank them for being with us here in the press box and in the broadcast booth with us this season. Sunset Auto Center.
.248 remaining here in the third quarter.
So we'll get to see the Pirates 2 weeks in a row here at home against the Conquistadors, and next week as they travel to Lompoc to take on the Braves.
They're going to have to play better next week.
Just going to ask you, Mike, what do you think from what you've seen of the Pirates tonight, how they stack up against the Braves?
They come up short.
I would agree. Okay, 1st and 10 from the 16.
And if they have not played a clean, crisp game tonight. And if they play like this next week, it could be ugly.
Well, it will be a battle of the unbeatens next week at Lompoc. Braves against the Pirates.
So there will be
really
wild happens in the next 15 minutes or so.
I'm thinking there will be a considerable amount of hype around that game next week.
Yes.
Because of the unbeaten records. But
yeah. I've heard some folks fussing about Lompok's opposing teams' lack of power, but coming into this game tonight, it will be every single game that St. Ynez has played so far this season has a negative rating from Max Preps. So,
wow. So their strength of schedule is lacking a bit as well. Pass across the middle, incomplete, brings up second down. Gills from the shotgun, two receivers up top. Fakes the handoff, follows his back up the middle, gets inside the 10 to about the 9.
Pick up right around 7. Some of the Cabrillo players a bit slow getting up, but subs coming in.
Third down and about 3 now for St. Ynez, just inside the Cabrillo 10-yard line. Minute and a half to go here in the third quarter.
But the St. Ynez running game has not been impressive. They've had a couple big plays on
Cabrillo showing blitz. Pass complete to the near side, but tackled immediately. Maybe even a loss of a yard on the completed pass. It'll be fourth down. Fourth and a long 3 with 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Our score is 49-0. Pirates over the Conqs.
And this is
and we're going to have
fourth down.
The field goal attempt, Mike.
Yeah, if they get 11 guys out there on the field.
Yep, they need to get one more lineman up there.
Well, especially since he's the guy who's supposed to snap the ball. And now we've got too many guys on the field. And
I sense a timeout coming.
You are correct, sir.
Yes. A little disorganized there on the special teams unit for the Pirates. And they'll be forced to call a timeout to sort it out. Leaves us with 38 seconds till the end of the third quarter. The Pirates up 49-0 and looking to add 3 more. And one would think this is merely to practice the procedure. And from the looks of that setup, they need some practice on it.
Yeah.
You get to send out your center.
Center forgets to go out anyway. We're now seeing St. Joe 35-7 over Pioneer Valley and Paso Robles 38-14 over San Luis Obispo.
This is Marcus Ray getting ready to attempt this field goal. It will be a 27-yarder. Good snap. Kick is away. Not much more than an extra point. It's good.
26-yarder.
So, with exactly 27 seconds left in the third quarter, the Pirates had 3 more. It's now St. Ynez 52, Cabrillo nothing. You are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 FM. We want to thank our last sponsor of the night, the Surf Connection. Thank you so much, Robin, Dave, everybody over at SurfCon for being part of our team tonight. We appreciate your support. Couldn't do it without you. The Surf Connection.
And we have 27 seconds remaining here in the third. This quarter has just flown by, Greg.
Well, if not for a plethora of timeouts,
would have even been quicker.
Would have been gone already. All right, so something that the Pirates have gotten a lot of practice doing tonight. They will kick
all
off
season long.
Yeah.
Low liner picked up at the 14. Mr. Green, yeah.
He'll get wrapped up across the 20 to about the 21.
That was a nice kick. It just went down there and died about a yard and a half inside the sideline.
I think Green was almost waiting for that to go out of bounds, and it just quit.
Mm-hmm.
And that will bring the third quarter to a close, Mike. 12 minutes left here at San Ynez High School. Our score is the Pirates 52, the Conquistadors nothing. Looking at the Pirates so far this year, they've outscored their opponents coming into tonight by a score of collectively 307 to 44. That's pretty one-sided.
That's quite one-sided.
I bet Mike's got some numbers too.
Well, Lompoc's margin of victory coming into tonight was 45.3. San Ynez was 43.8. St. Joe was 21.2. Pioneer Valley minus 6.1. And Cabrillo was minus 34.5. So this should
that's very telling in itself.
Bump things up just a little bit for both squads tonight. Oh, nice.
Nice power run. Gets some good yardage for the Conquistadors out across the 30 to the 32.
Anderson picking up a first down on first down.
Ball at the 31, first and 10 for the Conqs. 4 receivers. We'll go back to the ground game. Hard hit at the 35. Now they got a 21-man scrum because there's one guy downfield.
22. There he was being covered. And I think we have a turnover, Greg.
I think in the scrum somehow the ball came loose and the Pirates come up with it. So a turnover will give San Ynez the ball at the Cabrillo 30. Literally every man in the field was in a bunch right there in between the hash marks. Somewhere in that mass of humanity, the ball came loose and the Pirates came up with it. So it's now first and 10. San Ynez at the Cabrillo 30. 52-0 is our score. And the Pirates add some more.
Well, turnovers have certainly knocked.
Back to pass up the middle. This one will be knocked away at the goal line, but a flag down. This could be pass interference. Penalty flag right at the 1 yard line. Pass interference. Cabrillo.
15-yard penalty.
Not a spot foul like you have in the NFL. 15 yards from the original line of scrimmage. You should put it down to about the 15-yard line.
Mm-hmm. Which is bad enough.
And it gives the Pirates a first down.
9:45 to go in the fourth. Running clock.
2 receivers up top, 1 to the short side of the field.
Ooh.
Cabrillo with the blitz, 1 man running. Trying to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates.
Yep, Cabrillo brought the center blitz, and they were running to the outside right. And
Vinny Vaca, number 24, from 15 yards. And the Pirates have added 6 more. It's 58-0 with the point after coming up. They just ran right away from that blitz, Mike, right around the other side.
9:21.
Score is one of the only things that will stop a clock under these circumstances. Injuries and timeouts. Kick is away. This one is a low line drive kick that doesn't quite make it over the upright.
Yeah, that was a head height fastball.
Yeah, get out of the way before you get hit. Point is no good. But I don't think that's going to hurt the Pirates too much. 9:21 left in the fourth quarter. And it's now Ynez 58, Cabrillo nothing.
I'd like to at least see Cabrillo put some points on the board here.
That would be nice.
So they've got almost 10 minutes to do it, but it's essentially 10 minutes of real time.
While we have the opportunity, we want to thank all of our sponsors one last time. Remember, folks, it's our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible. We couldn't do it without them. Thank you so much to the Box Shop, Frederick Quality Plumbing, Hammond Overhead Door, Lompoc Community Bank, Pizza Garden, Roses Embroidery, Anything Athletic, Sunset Auto Center, Surf Connection, Tom's Restaurant, and Wilkerson Chiropractic. Thank you very much to all of our sponsors for being in the booth with us tonight and all season long.
And we're hearing from St. Joseph that the homecoming queen there is Kate Adam.
Kickoff bobbled at the 10, but picked up and returned out across the 20 to about the 21. We've got 9 minutes to go. It's been Pirates from the opening kickoff. Ynez leads 58-0. And Cabrillo will have the ball. They'll put it at the 22-yard line, first down.
I'm assuming that Kate Adam is in relation to Robert Adam, who was a big-time running back for the Knights a few years back.
Could be, could be.
Oh.
Sweeping to the near side is
that Anderson? No.
That's Mason Towns, and good to see him back in the lineup.
Indeed. Pickup of about 4. Back to football. Austin Dacis picked off a Tascadero midway through the fourth, and the Warriors have the ball at the Greyhound 10. So that one continues to be interesting.
Rigetti looking good tonight. Looks like Towns again picking his way through the defense and out to the 35.
Nice run. 7:40 to go.
That one was actually Miza, I think, on the carry. But a first down, nonetheless, out to the 35-yard line.
It was a nice run by somebody.
2 receivers to either side. Now Towns in motion. The ball is on the backfield on the ground, and flags come flying to stop the play. Encroachment against Ynez moves the ball out to the 40. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Conquistadors from there as we hit the 7-minute mark here in the fourth.
We do have a final score tonight. Shandon 8, Valley Christian 55 in 8-man.
Little counter play up the middle across the 40 to the 44.
I think that was Miza again, and pick up a 4.
I believe you're right. It was 1st and 5 after the penalty, so now it's 2nd and 1 after a gain of 4. The ball out to 44. Right, Mike, I'd love to see Cabrillo punch one in before this is over. High snap. Anderson will have to fall on it just to maintain possession.
Loss of about 10.
All the way back to the 34-yard line. Just when you're making some progress.
Yep.
That's what happens. They'll put it at the 35. Instead of 2nd and 1, it's now 3rd and 10. Another high snap. Handled, though. Flag down. Miza gets out to the 41.
And around 6. Maybe a little more than that.
And we'll see what the penalty is about. I think this was going to be against Cabrillo. Clock running under 5.5 left.
Mm-hmm.
The result of the play went out across the 40 to the 41-yard line.
And it's now official. The Rigetti Warriors have gotten back-to-back wins, beating Atascadero for the first time since 2012.
Congratulations, Rigetti.
Thanks, Brian Stanley, for that info.
Penalty against the Pirates moves the ball out to the 50-yard line, right at midfield, and Cabrillo will have a first down from there.
He's 4:43.
So Cabrillo 50 yards away. What is this? $50 yards in 4.5 minutes. Let's see if Cabrillo can get some points here before we run out of time. Handoff, keeping on the ground.
Ooh.
Picks up a hard-fought one, maybe two.
Yeah, give him a meter.
Put it at the 49. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Need a little more than that. Miza, I think, off a right tackle, gets down to about the 45.
Picks up about 4. Third and 5, and I think we're definitely in Cabrillo 4-down territory.
One would assume. Under 3.5 to go.
Anderson
keeps it himself, sweeps right, gets up into about the 35-yard line.
And a first down.
It is a nice gain, however, and they will move the chains. 3 minutes. The ball's at the 32-yard line of the Pirates. 1st and 10, Cabrillo from there. 3 receivers to the near side. 1 alone up top.
Cabrillo's first down in Pirate territory.
Run straight up the middle down to the 30. Gain of about 2 is all. Approaching 2.5 minutes to go. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 from the 30-yard line. Cabrillo desperately wanting to get on the scoreboard.
Ty Hernandez in there as a wide receiver spot, far to the left.
Anderson on the keepers, sweeps right. Takes a hit
block
at the 25. And goes out of bounds at about the 23.
Yeah, maybe they're marking them back a ways. Looks like they're going to put it around the 25.
25, okay. It's short of a first then by a couple. 3rd and 2. 2 minutes remaining. Cabrillo quickly up to the line. Anderson takes the snap. The give is to Miza.
And he's down to inside, right at the 20.
He'll get to the 20, and that'll move the chains, Mike. First down, Conquistadors. A minute and a half to go from the 20-yard line. Clock is running. Cabrillo not in a big hurry, looking to get the play from the sideline. Now getting up to the line. A lot of time going off the clock.
Yep.
2 receivers wide left. 1 up top. Henderson from the shotgun. Gets buried in the backfield before he can do anything at all.
Yeah. He tried to come off his quick read to somebody else, and that was all the time he got. Loss of about 5.
Back to the 25. Clock still running, under a minute remaining. It's 2nd and 15. And Cabrillo running out of options, running out of time, running out of chances. 40 seconds left. Take a shot to the end zone, Mike?
Yep.
3 receivers left, 1 right.
San Ynez at least loading up for a blitz, and they're going to give it to Misa on the left.
Trying to get to the corner, and cuts it back in, and gets down to the 22 is all.
They do have some timeouts.
Will they choose to use them is the question. 20 seconds left. Clock running? Apparently not.
Misa picked up about 3.
3 receivers to the right. Anderson looking to the end zone. This one is
picked off, I think.
Incomplete.
Oh, okay.
And that will be the game, Mike.
Well, it wasn't the result that Cabrillo wanted. We did see some signs of progress, but certainly not enough. And the kids played hard, but they did not necessarily play well.
San Ynez showing that they can score some points, but they've got some things they need to clean up as well.
Yes, indeed.
Not terribly clean, not terribly crisp. I think they've got some adjustments to make before they go to Houck Stadium next week.
Yeah, if they don't play better than this, it's going to be a long night for the Pirates.
Again, Cabrillo will be somewhere. Where will Cabrillo be? Cabrillo will be at Pioneer Valley next week.
Yeah, could be interesting. Paso Robles has evidently kicked it into gear. They're up 46-14 in the fourth quarter. St. Joe leads Pioneer Valley 42-7. Still showing Napomo 7-0 over Scotts Valley in the third quarter. And we have not had an update from the Santa Maria Templeton game. Santa Maria was leading that 40-7 at the half.
Well, we had a successful homecoming for the Pirates here tonight. They defended their home field and appointed a new king and queen and came out with a very convincing 58-0 victory.
Yeah, St. Joe has stuck another touchdown on, and they're up 49-7 in the fourth quarter with just under 11 minutes to go.
So with a victory tonight, St. Joseph would go 2-0 in league with Lompoc having the night off, and they would be in sole possession of first place in the LPL.
Yeah.
Cabrillo falls to 0-2. San Ynez, in their first league matchup of the year, is now 1-0.
The matchups next week are AG at Rigetti, which has suddenly turned into an interesting game. San Luis Obispo at Atascadero. Cabrillo at Pioneer Valley. San Ynez at Lompoc. Paso Robles is going over to Bakersfield to play Foothill. And Morro Bay will be at Santa Maria. St. Joe, Napomo, and Templeton all have byes.
And we, as we said earlier, will be back home at Houck Stadium where the San Ynez Pirates will be visiting the Lompoc Braves in what should be a very interesting, exciting, and very important Los Padres League matchup.
Yeah. The Pirates certainly hope it's going to be interesting.
Yes, indeed. So for Judy Baker back at KPEG Control and for Mike Loney to my right, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for listening tonight. Our final score once again from San Ynez High School, the Pirates 58, the Conquistadors nothing. And we'll see you next week.
Thank our sponsors.
We did, yes.
No, I mean
thank them.
The listeners, please thank our sponsors when you see them.
And we'll see you next week from Houck Stadium for the Lompoc Braves and the San Ynez Pirates. Good night, everybody.